Yesterday, Rangers made it 9 wins from 10 under Michael Beale's leadership as they beat St Johnstone 2-0. In today's video, we will discuss the 5 things we learned from the clash, whilst also discussing some big Rangers transfer news, whilst also going over the latest from the last 24 hours. There is so much to cover in today's video. And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. Before we get into today's video, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Calvin Bassey has been brutally branded a joke by an unimpressed former Ajax star. The ex-Rangers defender has struggled at various points during his debut season in Amsterdam. He's been heavily criticised by fans and pundits for his performances since his arrival in the summer. More accurately, they have been unhappy with his ability on the ball. Now, Kenneth Perez didn't hold back as he ridiculed the Nigerian international after his display in a 1-1 draw with Volendam. This ultimately spelled the end for the Ajax manager Alfred Schreuder, who was dismissed in the aftermath of the game. Ajax currently sit 5th in the Eredivisie. They will now seek to appoint a new manager before they play Union Berlin in the Europa League. However, it isn't just the manager who has been feeling the heat from the stands, with Bassey also in the firing line. Former Danish international Perez blasted Bassey and also Schreuder, who continued to play him at left back rather than centre half. Perez spoke on live TV. "We don't actually have to name it and show it every time Bassey miscues. It's a repetitive story with him. It is very, very difficult on the ball. Sometimes he's not even touching when you're watching. I really have the feeling that every time that round thing rolls towards him, he thinks, oh, F-U-C-K, what am I doing to that thing?" Again, I do agree with what Schreuder said. It will never be a Frank de Boer, but maybe a Davison Sanchez. If you want to make him a Sanchez, then you have to put him in the centre. He has power and speed, but on the ball it's really just abysmal. It doesn't get any better, of course, because he will always get a bit more of the fact that he is a joke. His friend on the other side of the field, Sanchez, who is just as bad, is not there for a while, so then all the attention is just on Bassey. Then he takes action on a few times and then completely fails. It's just touching, honestly. I think you can only benefit from him in the centre back, but 26 million euros is a lot of money. The only thing is, he can't help that he costs that much. He can't help that someone said, you know what, it seems like a nice amount of money to pay. Just a quick one before we get back into the video, guys. We are currently doing a January sale on all our Rangers merchandise. Just go down into the link in the description or go to rfcclothing.com. We do have new prints coming in February, but for now, as I said, shop the old collection, rfcclothing.com, or go down into the link in the description. Let's get back into the video. There is just 3 days left of the January transfer window, and Michael Beale has confirmed that the club are in negotiations with 2 players ahead of a move before deadline day. He also outlined 4 key deals that he wants done between now and the summer, saying, "I would like us to add a midfielder to the squad that's powerful and can run. I would like to add another centre half, and we will also be looking at the goalkeeper situation in the summer. We'll be looking for another number 9. Are we going to get all of that done in the next 48 hours? There's more time in the summer. It's got to be the right players, but nobody wants to strengthen this squad more than Ross, the board, and myself. It's in our interest to build a stronger Rangers than we have right now. There's loads of stuff going on in the background. There are 1 or 2 names in the media you have all ran away with. Those a little bit because you are getting snippets from other clubs. There's a lot that's not right. There's more wrong in that speculation than there is right. There's 1 or 2 others we are talking to, and if we get them done, I'll be delighted. If we don't, I'll just keep on working. We are aligned, I'm up to speed with everything. Everyone thinks that the board and I and Ross Wilson don't talk. We're all in together every minute of the day. We're all on the same page. If we do our work now, we do less in the summer, and if we don't, we'll do more. It's got to be the right players. These are good players, and the clubs that they play for don't want them to go, certainly in January. I don't want to lose my best players in January. That's all the stuff that goes on. I think there will be a couple of things in the next 48 hours. Can I guarantee there'll be new arrivals? No. Are we going to try our best? Definitely. The latest on Morgan Whittaker is that the club have submitted a new £2 million bid, including add-ons, and with Nicholas Raskin it is being reported that Rangers submitted a £500,000 bid, but the Belgian outfit have said that Rangers would need to significantly raise their offer if a deal was to be done this month. Rangers were comfortable winners over St Johnstone as James Tavernier's penalty and Glenn Kamara's strike earned another Premiership triumph for boss Michael Beale. It was a day when Rangers celebrated their contribution and sacrifice of our armed forces and opened the door to a new Edmonton house. On the park, it was a pleasing afternoon for supporters as St Johnstone never looked like causing an upset. In this part of the video, we will discuss the 5 things we learned from Rangers 1, St Johnstone 0. Hagi returns. The sight of Hagi back on the Ibrox pitch was a welcome one for the manager, the team, and us as supporters. For the man himself, it was a moment he has counted down to through some of the most difficult in a mental sense as well as a physical one times of his career. He had to wait until 18 minutes from time to get on the park. When he did, the roar around Ibrox said it all about how fondly he is felt by the crowd, and this was a major milestone reached. Bill urged caution when he spoke about Hagi on Friday, and he won't ask too much of the 24-year-old too soon. Just days before the closing of the January transfer window, Hagi could be as good as a new player for Rangers. Cantwell debut. Beale has spoken enthusiastically about Cantwell as a player and as a person, and this was the chance for the playmaker to do the talking with his feet. Just days after signing from Norwich and with only a couple of sessions under his belt, he pulled on his boots for the first time in more than 2 months to make his debut. The challenge pre-match from his manager was to break some rules as Bill looked to Cantwell to provide some kind of spark that Rangers have lacked at various stages of the campaign. Expectations of a 90-minute performance were played down before a ball was kicked, and Cantwell got a pleasing hour under his belt. His first half of Premiership action was steady, operating alongside Ryan Kent in the line behind the lone striker Alfredo Morelos. Cantwell was neat and tidy in possession, and he was constantly on the move looking to find a pocket of space to allow him time on the ball that is often in short supply in Scottish football. His first chance came 5 minutes after the restart, but the ball was just behind him and he couldn't direct his effort on target. He had a hand in the second goal of the afternoon as the pass was flicked on by Morelos and Kamara finished well from inside the area. There were some nice touches in there, and the sharpness and fitness he was lacking will naturally come over the next few weeks. Tynecastle on Wednesday night will be a very different experience from him, but home fixtures with Ross County and Partick Thistle offer him a chance to really establish himself. Malik Tillman is class. Since Bill has come in, Malik Tillman has been a different level, and for me again, he was the man of the match in this game. For £5 million in terms of a buyout clause, this guy could be a literal bargain, and I for one hope the board don't fumble this. VAR. Let the conspiracy theories and accusations begin. Strap yourselves in for another week of Twitter spats and phone-ins. VAR will be back on the agenda this week, but it is referee Willie Collum that should be at the centre of the questions rather than the technology after another weird and wonderful afternoon from the ref. The comments in the days that will follow undoubtedly focus on VAR and its implementation. Like so many of the flashpoints that have occurred this term, though, it's the laws and interpretation of the men in black that must be looked at rather than the system itself. Another win. That's 9 wins out of 10 for Michael Beale, which is an unbelievable start considering we haven't got a full squad back just yet. Now on to a really tough match against an in-form Hearts side at Tynecastle, who have 4 wins from their last 5 games. Returning star Yanis Hagi won't be leaving Rangers for Galatasaray or anybody else, according to Michael Beale. The Romanian international was born in Istanbul, while his father Georgi captained the Turkish Giants to great success, including a European trophy in the late 1990s. Rumours have persisted this week that an emotional transfer deal to take Hagi back to the club where his dad was an icon with is on Galatasaray's agenda. Asked directly about the persistent stories on the subject, Michael Beale ruled out such a move, saying, Galatasaray is close to his heart because he was born there and his father played for them. But Yanis Hagi is going to be playing for Rangers for a few more years yet, so I can dispel that rumour. Rangers fans, what are your thoughts on the rest of the January transfer window? And do you think we'll get the 2 signings that we want done? Let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. Please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. We're also having a January sale on all our Rangers merchandise, so do go down into the link in the description or to rfcclothing.com and shop the collection. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.